Here we see one of the Dapol Class 22 diesel hydraulic locomotives. It's a lovely model of a class of loco that was completely lost to us by August 1972, all of them being cut up. D6319 was to be saved, but was accidentally cut up as well. Introduced in 1959 as part of the British Transport Commission pilot scheme, 6 1,000 horsepower locomotives were delivered, and by 1962 a further 52 rated at 1,100 horsepower. These locomotives were built by North British Locomotive Company in Glasgow. They weighed 65 to 68 tonnes and had a top speed of 75 miles an hour. The first 6 had a respectable tractive effort of 40,000 pounds, while the production run had 38,000 pounds tractive effort available. They were used on the Western region on many different train types, and despite being quite small, they gave a very good account of themselves. These little 1,000 horsepower locomotives were very well used indeed. Hi, this is Mike from Mike's Movies. Now, wouldn't it be amazing if we could see a real Class 22 in action again? Well, I'm going to introduce you to a gentleman who is trying to turn this into a reality. Founder of the Project 22 group with its ambitious aim to rebuild a Class 22 locomotive for use on heritage railways and maybe even the main line. David Forster works for GB Rail Freight in Kent here in the UK as a shunter and is working towards becoming a train driver. David had family on the railway and has many happy memories of watching trains near Oxford. David has a Facebook group called Project 22 and a website that you can see here now, and the links can be found later in the information box for this video. So without further ado, welcome David. Thanks very much for making the time to speak to us. So what made you decide to try and resurrect a Class 22 locomotive then?
Hello, Mike. Yeah, no problem for attending. I was in a hotel at the time with work. I was actually away in London, and on many of the Facebook pages, there's like lost classes, what people miss, what should have been saved, and everything. And the 22 came into subject. Now, it's not the first time I've read across it or come across it and stuff like that. Sat in the hotel reading all this information, and stupid, I said, well, why don't we put a group together and try and rebuild one? And it was like, we started getting comments come back, and then it was like, well, I'll tell you what, I'll set a Facebook group up. So within the hour, I managed to set up the Facebook group. It kind of spiraled out of control from that, really. It was within, I believe it was the first 24 hours, there was like over 100 members. And then at 48 hours, then there was like over 200 members. And it's just been on the steady climb and climb and climb from then. And to be honest, it was just, I obviously come from the Oxford and the Swindon area. So obviously, I don't personally remember the 22s being around at the time. Being brought up around hydraulics and things, and being around railways that are based on or Great Western or Western region like Gloucestershire, Warwickshire, Severn Valley, West Somerset, places like that, hydraulics has really been in my blood. Yeah, I've done a number of years in preservation, so once the group had been created, I sat there chatting to all these guys. And there it was like, there would be people that come up, oh, I know this connection. We've got someone here that might be able to get you this part for it. Cracking job. Then the next person will come up, I can wire the thing for you. Oh, brilliant, nice one. And then it was unbelievably, it just spiraled out of control. And within the first month, it was over 500 members. And to be honest, every skill that I think we need to build this engine is there. We've got...
Certainly a popular group.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Our secretary for interest, he's done a number of years as a secretary. Now, he works on the preserve line that I do. Our vice chairman, now he owns a few railway vehicles. He's been a chairman to other couple of groups. He's a train driver, and again, he's very much like me. He's got a passion. He remembers these things. He remembers the 22s, and he wants to see it built. Myself, obviously, I've got the background from railways and everything like that. And then there's our membership secretary. Now, he's done a number of years with different other groups as the membership secretary. And It's just the skills that, like I've said, the skills that are contained within our group. It's just phenomenal. Welders, electricians, engine mechanics, general mechanics, people with engineering background. We've had a couple of people come up, including one person that's a qualified draftsperson. If you had to go and pay for a draftsperson nowadays to draw up more drawings and schematics, how much is that going to actually cost us? Being able to obtain some of the drawings back last month I acquired, and then I subsequently found another source and discussed with them, and the 400 and I believe it's 454 drawings that we would require to build this engine have become available. Now that's been passed to the project manager, and to be honest, the group just keeps taking leaps and bounds, see parts becoming available,
It
and
certainly sounds all very positive, doesn't it?
absolutely there was
So, if there was someone watching this video at the moment and they fancied getting in touch, what would be the best way for them to do that, to offer more skills perhaps?
We've got a membership secretary, which is Alan. Now, they could obviously contact Alan direct, which obviously all contact details will be available on our website. They're also all available through the Facebook group.
Okay. So if I put a link on this video then to your website, they can get most of the contacts they need via that.
Absolutely. At the moment on our website, we do have a temporary homepage, but it does have the inquiries email address. Now, we are aiming to have that disregarded within the next couple of weeks and have the main website actually put up online. People are aware we are pretty fresh. We've got to get a lot of information, a lot of details put together before we can go, well, let's go put this up. The last thing we want to do is put a website up that looks unprofessional, it doesn't work, and it looks shabby.
Okay, that's fair enough. I understand you recently tracked down a North British diesel engine of the type used on the Class 22s. How did that come about, and how are you going to pay for it?
Well, subsequently, we was already looking at one on the East Lancs Railway, which is the MAN MPL engine that's over there. Discussions are still ongoing with that one. I received a random email one day just informing me that there's this other engine available from a guy called Douglas. Now, I believe he's based in Scotland on another preserved railway. Within a couple of weeks, I received a random Facebook message saying about, oh, there's another engine available here. And it's like, oh, hello there. So the contact details were given, so I gave the man a call and spoke to him regarding it. And basically went from there. It was obviously discussed it. I had some pictures. Then I believe it was started up a few Saturdays back. And then obviously I received the DVD, which the video is available for on the Facebook group. Where we stand at the moment regarding the engine is we believe it is available, but obviously we also do believe there is some other interest in it. At the moment, as is anything with this project, we're given information, we can only but follow it. Now, because we are who we are and we are fresh, people are looking at things before us prior to this Project 22 group. Affording it now, if we are able to get it, if it's available, we're running it. We have a current engine appeal running. We're asking at the moment for £25, as we're calling them pops. Now, if we get £25 per pop, we think we'll get the £17,000, which is, we believe, the initial engine cost in no time at all. But then with the climate it's in at the moment, money could change, prices change, and so what and so forth. But as there is other interest at the moment, we're not holding our hopes to get it. At the moment, for us, it's an engine, it's available, we're discussing it. The last thing we want to do is turn around and say, yes, we're buying this engine, X amount pounds, and then go, oh, we've got nowhere to store it, or we've got no money to repair it if it needs anything, or, oh, we've only got half the money to buy it, and then we're basically back to square one. We're going to go, we're interested in that, we have the money, let's talk further and go from there, basically.
Sounds like a sensible approach. So what do you see as the main challenges for this project?
The top one is anything else is money is the key one. I don't know any railway or any project that doesn't have money is the key thing that stands in the way. Secondly, to follow that, I'd say the engine, because without an engine, it's not going to be a Class 22. Thirdly, I think the main thing after that is going to be transmission. We know there are transmissions of the original type still about, but it's trying to get hold of them. So yeah, I would say money is the top thing, engine is second, transmission. The reason why transmission doesn't become over the engine is because there is a modern day equivalent of the transmission still made. And within the company that makes them, we have a contact which would get us a discount as such, we'll say.
That's very helpful then. Now, one of the
Absolutely.
things I really like about the Class 22 is its spoked wheels. Is that going to be a problem to get made?
Absolutely not. At the moment, even today, I've been in discussions with different people regarding wheels. The biggest issue we're trying to find is to see if there's a formula that already exists. The wheels are 3'7" and they're 11 spoke wheels. The closest we so far I know of that we've come to is a Southern Railway M7 tank engine, an 044, which has 3'7", 10 spoke trailer wheels. If we're going to go for this, we are going for authentic. So the discussion is between the project manager and a couple of other guys. There are private messaging going on, and wheel patterns are going to be discussed. Now, we have a member that's within our group that's very well up with us, and he's coming forward with a lot of information. Now, his son works for a pattern formers. Now, the thing is, if we could get something like that as a donation or as a cut price, I'm sure as any company would soon think, well, it's a big project. It's not just UK, it's international. This project's gone now. It is being talked about in Germany that I know of.
Fantastic.
So the fact is, if you go, well, Joe Bloggs and Son has provided wheel formers at reduced price for us. Now that in itself is a big PR coup for that company, which is what we're finding. A lot of people are interested in giving us PR coups and cut prices or donations in the form of an object. But what these people don't want to see is us get all these items and then fold up and disappear. They want to see something concrete. So if we say, right, we've got an engine, or we've got some bogies, or that we've created, or we've got a frame, that's when we're gonna. It's just gonna balloon. It's just gonna go mad.
Fantastic stuff. Okay, then, to wrap up this interview, David, thanks very much for taking the time to talk to us, as I said before. Would you like to make a quick appeal to the public at large?
Yeah, I'd like to say to anyone obviously watching or listening to this video, the Project 22 group, there has been numerous of things in the past discussed about this type engine, including the Scottish versions, which was the Class 21, 29, which were diesel electrics rather than diesel hydraulics. We have gone down in history. We have gone the furthest since the last one was scrapped, which I believe was 6319. We have gone the furthest that any group has ever gone to try and recreate this engine so far. We do have a full range of merchandise, memberships. There'll be a share scheme coming on live pretty soon. We do have a full committee. We have a legal compliance team. If you are interested in being a part of us, whether it's just donating money, getting hands on, please don't hesitate to contact us. We are all human. We are all willing to talk. If you've got experience on these engines or drawings or anything like that, information that you would be willing to donate or photocopy for us and provide to us, we'd thank you so much for that. This project is not going to be an easy task. It is going to take money. It is going to take time. The one thing that else we've gone down in history for, we are pioneering in something that has never happened before. You go out and see these new steam engines that are built, Tornado and like the new P2 that's being built as present. There has not been one new build diesel built to, let's say, what we're doing. We are pioneering in building a past design from history that was lost due to a silly incident at Swindon Works. Please contact us, please donate, please help us. This project will get there. If the money is provided, we will provide the time, we'll provide the manpower, it will happen. Time, manpower, we have it all. It will get there. I'd like to see it as soon as possible, as is a lot of people. We've got drivers out there that have driven them, who have provided information for us. We've got people that continue to provide information, people providing money. Without the money, it's not going anywhere. So please donate. It doesn't matter if it's £1, £10, £100, £1,000, whatever you're happy to donate, please donate. All the information is available via our website. All our email addresses will be available via the website, or find us on Facebook at Project 22. So
Fantastic, David. That's
that's it.
brilliant. I certainly do wish you well on this project, and
Thank you,
we'll
Mike.
be keeping a close watch on it, and you never know, perhaps we'll be doing an update video fairly soon. Okay, well, we'll say goodbye for now then, and thanks very much again.
That's right, Mike, no worries.
Photographs of the Class 22 locomotives appear here by kind permission of the copyright holders, and all rights remain with those owners. Thanks is due to Eric Curnow, Ben Darby and his father Leonard Ernest Warren Darby, LEWD, Kevin Auger, Steve Martin and the Project 22 group. Mike's Movies has sought permission and obtained it in writing for this one-off use. Many thanks to all concerned.